Hey, this is Tim again from CMC Employee Fitness Center. And today I'm going to share with you two peer-reviewed studies that I think are very exciting and will have a very positive impact on your workouts. So the first one comes to us by Northwestern Illinois State Community University. The Human Performance Department there has been very busy, and they've been looking at the influence of social media on your workouts. So what they found is that muscle growth occurs whenever the rate of muscle protein synthesis is greater than the rate of muscle protein breakdown. Nothing new there. Everyone knows that. This adaptation may be further enhanced by liking and or sharing quality online fitness content. An additional synergistic effect was also noted when a comment was appended to the like or share. However, further study is needed to confirm the synergistic effect of comments. So yeah, that's something. Found on the internet. Must be true. So, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's see if you get any gains. Yeah, right now, right there. Hit the like. I got time. I'll wait.
A few moments later.
Hey, there's one. Oh, thanks, Mom. So, she's going to be the most jacked and ripped elderly woman in Mullen, Nebraska, population 500. After that envy of her quilting bee and book club. Good job, Mom. Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So I actually wanted to talk to you today about muscle memory. Now, is it a thing or not? And before we can really discuss whether it's a thing or not, we should really define what muscle memory is. And when you think of muscle memory, there's two things that usually come to mind when you think of muscle memory. One is kind of the performance aspect. And think of how much time does Tiger Woods spend on a driving range just practice a fade with like a 5-iron over and over and over and over. And the reason people do that and athletes do that is to program muscle memory, right? The connection between the brain and that nerve pathway to those muscles to hit that shot as consistently as possible. But for those of us that are mere mortals, this is why we never forget to ride a bike. It's always the same. It's just programmed into our brain, and we always know we throw a leg over a bike, how to ride a bike. So that's actually not the muscle memory we're talking about today. So the muscle memory I want to talk about today is, say you've been working out for a couple of years, something like, COVID comes around, you can't work out, your muscles atrophy, and you come back into the gym thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be so weak, I have to rebuild all this. And lo and behold, it only takes a couple months to get back what maybe you had already built in 2 or 3 years and lost over a few months. How does this happen? What is this phenomenon? So that is the other version of muscle memory. So what happens? Okay, so there's a groundbreaking study from Oslo University, and what they found is that as you apply a load to your body and lift weights or whatever kind of workout you do that would increase muscle strength, mass, that kind of thing, is you can only get so big, that muscle cell, that myocyte, can only get so big and it will stop growing, right? It won't take on board any more contractile proteins like myosin and actin, which increase the size of that muscle, until that cell takes on more myocytes. So a muscle cell has multiple cell nuclei in it. And if we're nice, maybe post-production we'll put up a histological slide of what a muscle cell looks like right now. As you can see, each of these cells has many, many, many nucleus. In fact, an average bicep myocyte that's 10 centimeters long could have up to 3,000 nuclei. So think of command and control. Each nuclei can only control so much of that muscle cell. In order to get bigger, we need to take on more nuclei to be able to control more contractile proteins, and that's how you get bigger. Now, it was thought previously that during times of detraining or not working out, the muscles atrophy and you lose both contractile proteins. As those proteins denature, Your body breaks them down to use them someplace else in the body where it needs it, right? That use it or lose it thing is really a thing. Right? Your body wants to maintain homeostasis, and if you're not using those proteins in that muscle, that it actually takes energy for your body to keep that muscle that size. If you're not using it, the body will start to break it down and use those proteins someplace else in the body where it's more needed. It was also thought that that nuclei went with it. But what the study from Oslo, Norway has figured out is that we don't actually lose those nuclei. So the cool thing is that we don't have to recruit more nuclei from satellite cells around those muscle fibers. They're already there. So all we have to do is just increase the contractile proteins inside that myocyte or muscle cell. So that's pretty cool. It also has some implications you may not be thinking of yet. So if we never lose, or lose very few of those myonuclei as we age, the more you work out when you're younger, and the more of those myocytes you bring on board, then the better we're going to do at maintaining muscle mass as we age. So the other implications you may not be thinking of yet, but think about a competitive athlete that is roided up, which increases their potential to increase muscle size, both with the myocytes and the contractile proteins. Say they get popped on a drug test, they're put on maybe a 1-year ban or whatever. So now they're technically clean. They come back to their sport, they start working out again. Well, those myocytes or nuclei that are in that muscle cell never went away, and they actually achieved those in an illegal manner. So they come off their ban, and now they're working out again, and they re-achieve a similar strength level than they had before they were popped for that steroid. So just something to think about. Right or wrong, I don't know what the implication is, but it does have an implication in competitive sport as well. And there's an advantage for sure for an athlete even after they come off of a 1 or 2 year ban in their sport. So anyway, so that's how you bounce back faster than you built the strength initially when you first started working out. So, and studies have also shown that times of detraining or taking a break, 1 to 2 weeks, really doesn't affect or hamper your strength gains. In fact, one study I saw noted that in a 24-week period, they compared individuals that worked out straight for 24 weeks, compared the same muscle size strength to another control group that worked out for 6 weeks, took 3 weeks off, 6 weeks on, 3 weeks off during that 24-week period. And their gains were very similar to those that worked out the entire time without any break periods or cycles in their workout. So, interesting stuff. So if you like this content, found it interesting, have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Love to dialogue with you on that. And like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks.